Onebar and Lupagus Show, your daily source for everything Minnesota Vikings.
All right, welcome back to Onebar and Lupagus Show. I'm Onebar with Lupagus. In this show, we're going to be talking about potential targets the Vikings could look at in free agency and even the trade market to improve this offensive line, because look at this offensive line that we are going to be trotting out there this week for sure, and probably for multiple weeks. Injury riddled, and some might say gross.
Yeah, don't make me look at this. It makes me sick, and this is why we had to add some people here. And you look at it just quick. You know, you got a backup there, left guard Blake Brandel, who has actually filled in pretty well. Michael Juergens, your backup center. I mean, maybe he'll be a good backup center one day in the league. He's not there yet, and now he's being thrust into action. He is struggling mightily. Will Fries, our big free agent signing. We're not replacing him, but he hasn't been great either. And then Justin School kicking over the right side. He was better there on the right than he was on the left, but Myles Garrett he'll be facing this week, and that is horrifying.
Well, and the big thing that we're going to look at this, and the Vikings, you got to assume they're also looking at options out there. They're not afraid to wheel and deal in the middle of the season. But Juergens is the biggest one. Ryan Kelly has that concussion. No idea how long he's going to be out for. Juergens can't be the long-term answer this year if they want to do anything, especially if JJ McCarthy's back there. And then right tackle Justin School. I mean, Brian O'Neill, they say he's week to week. They didn't put him on the IR. But, yeah, so we got some options at center and tackle. And let's start with the free agent options out there. And you know what? It's gross out there. They're free agents for a reason. We don't got studs out there. So
wow.
Free agent options. Here are some of the ones we picked, and let's start with Cody Whitehair.
Cody Whitehair, guy we wanted really bad in the draft many years ago.
Keyword.
Was Chicago for a while, and he just never quite lived up to what we thought he was going to be. But again, he's a veteran. He's played a lot of games, so I mean, it'd be fun to have him. I don't know if he'd be an upgrade.
It would not be fun to have him. We don't want to go get these guys. They're free agents for a reason. It would have been fun 7 years ago to have them. Here's the thing.
It's fun to get a draft crush. I'm
over fun. I want improvement. And so Cody Whitehair, 121 games starting his career. Like you said, he started a ton. Last year, he started 3. He's mostly been playing guard later in his career, not well. The last time he really played center a lot was 2020, but his scores, PF, he was a much better center than he was a guard. So you sign this dude, he brings the veteran presence, and he would be better than Michael Juergens, I feel, at this point.
Maybe. But I also feel like we were very excited when we go against Cody Whitehair.
Well, no, I just don't think I think he was a much better center than guard. Let's go to the next man, Nick Harris, former 5th rounder, played with Cleveland in 2024. Appears he is a much better pass blocker than he is a run blocker. You know what? I'm fine with that because our quarterback's getting sacked all the time.
I would much rather have a better pass blocker than run blocker. You know, he's 6'1", 293. And he has started, what is it here? Well, just 6 games in his career. He's played in 45, so he does have a lot of experience, but not a lot as a starter. And
either does Juergens.
I know. You got to think he's an upgrade over Juergens at this point as well, just like Whitehair might be. But I do like the fact that he can pass protect. That makes me feel a little bit better about Mr. Harris here.
Well, and the other thing, like, it just brings somebody in. It's these guys we're talking about are very cheap options. Bring somebody in so they can at least take a peek at him, because right now we don't really have anyone. Like Joe Huber, I think, is our backup center. Mm-hmm. Next up, Sam Mustipher, 43 games started in his career, played with the Chargers last year. He is a better run blocker than pass blocker, but Mustipher, he's been around the block. He's been around a while.
Yeah, he's with Chicago as well. And I think when I saw his name on this list that we were talking about who we were going to put on here, one of the Skull enemies, I can't remember if it was Chicago or Los Angeles, they did not have very nice things to say about Sam Mustipher. So that's just where I'm kind of cooling my Jets a little bit.
Well, here to uncool your Jets, I bet they would have had much worse things to say about Michael Juergens. So all we're looking for is improvement over Michael Juergens. Maybe it's not out there, but we're not going to find the silver bullet here. None of these guys are going to be all of a sudden all pros. So yeah, I don't think anyone's going to say overly nice things about much of these guys. When we get to the trade ones, there's some good ones out there. So stick around. But last one, Isaiah Wynn, former 1st rounder, a dude who's played all over the offensive line. I think if we were to sign him, he would be looking at that Justin School right tackle spot.
And again, we have other guys who can, play other positions. Blake Brandel can potentially play center. So, I mean, if you really want to shuffle your line, get one of these versatile guys who can fill multiple spots, and you just really kind of, shuffle all these guys around and see if you can figure out the best 5 combination that you can put out there. And that may change from game to game, depending who you're going against. But at least he does bring you that versatility. Again, former first-round pick, who I think he had some injury concerns early in his career and then kind of just never really came back from that. Is that correct?
Injuries have been his Achilles heel, but he is more like if he was signed, it would be for right tackle. That's it. They're messing around with the guard, I don't think. But I think Brandel, I think he's pretty safe. So again, I think this is more about the center and Justin School. But let's look at some before we get into the trade options. Let's get over to Kalshi, sponsor of the show. Kalshi, one of the more damn fun ones to play out there. Use the promo code Onebar. They will give you 10 free bucks when you trade $100. Legal in all 50 states. Better odds, no limits, live trading, very, very flexible, transparent pricing, and they got a ton of stuff beyond the NFL, as you can see here right now, which I'm very surprised about. Again, with Kalshi, you're going against real people. So real people are making these bets, and they're feeling pretty good about the Vikings.
And I mean, I don't know why, after seeing what the O-line did against the Steelers, defense that wasn't getting sacks prior to that, and then you got the Browns coming in on paper. It's a major mismatch, but sometimes when you think it's going to go that way, you go one way, it goes the other, and 63% does seem a little strong for me. But
well, you can see
I like it.
The Vikings were at 84%, and then they had that crap show.
Yeah.
So it definitely fluctuated quite a bit. But like, even if you're taking the Browns, there's some money to be had there. Vikings as well. So head over to Kalshi, use that promo code Onebar. It's a fun ass.
Yeah, and you can pop culture, you can politics, all kinds of things at Kalshi.
All right, let's get over to the trade options, and you can poo-poo. Last year, Cam Robinson, they gave up some damn good compensation for him. Unfortunately, he was just traded to the Browns. But here's some trade targets: Jarrett Patterson, center for the Texans, backup center, right? Or is he starter?
No, he's their backup center, and they also got. I know Juice Scruggs has been playing guard, but he could potentially play center for them too. So I mean, you were trying to find teams that maybe be willing to give up a guy, and Jarrett Patterson was some of the Texans because they seem like they have a little bit more depth at the position than other teams do.
Yeah, I mean, he started 17 games in his career. I feel that Patterson probably could start for a handful of teams in the league. I think obviously he would be an instant upgrade over Juergens. So Patterson, next guy up, Oli freaking Udoh. Oli Udoh, where do you look for teams, or where do you look for players that this early in the season to trade? You look at crappy teams. The Saints are pure poop. They're pure poop. We got 2 Saints back to back here. Oli Udoh, former Viking. He's a Titan right now.
Yeah, he's a Titan. I was just going to say that. And let's go back to Patterson.
Who's 0-4? 0-4.
I think Patterson, his grades are like in the 60s, which is quite a bit better than Michael Juergens at PFF anyway. So he's been great out higher. Oli Udoh, versatile player, play a lot of positions. Again, it doesn't mean he's stuck at a certain one, but maybe shovel some other guys in some other spots. Maybe helps your line overall. Not grading out well this year. Neither is the Titans, as Cam Ward said, they are ass right now. But man, Oli Udoh, could you imagine? This has kind of been the year of bringing back former Vikings. He's versatile. He's a versatile player.
He's versatile.
Wouldn't cost much.
He wouldn't cost much. He'd be a right tackle. And Oli Udoh, there's a lot of reunions out there I'd love to have. Oli Udoh is probably not at the top of the list. But he comes in and and I think he's probably pretty on par with Justin Schools. So a name to keep an eye on. Next up is the big shiny toy, one of the best centers in the league. Again, so this one's on the Saints. Sorry. Mm-hmm. Eric McCoy, the Saints center, still only 28 years old. Seems like he should be like 42 years old, but he's still playing at a very, very high level.
Yeah, and the Saints, a team that's not really going anywhere this year, they may be willing to wheel and deal, get some more picks, build for that future. And this is a pick also for the Vikings. I mean, this could be a trade for the Vikings future, which may result in some higher compensation than some other teams want. But you get Eric McCoy, you said he's 26, did you say?
28.
I mean, he could be your center for the next 5 years. Very solid. I think he grades out in the 70s right now, so he's doing well according to PFF. He did just sign a big contract with the Saints, so he's going to cost you some money. I think he cap hits like $15 million the next couple of years. Vikings can do that. You could swing this. This could be a not just fixing it this year, but fixing it for the next couple of years. I don't think Ryan Kelly, I don't know if he plays again for the Vikings.
Yeah. I mean, this is not just a short-term fix. Like you said, this is for the future. And Eric McCoy still has a handful of years left of him at a very, very high level. So that would cost a lot. But damn it, when you got your JJ McCarthy, And they're all in this year. A big move like that, I don't think isn't completely off the table.
No, and there's always some big trades made at the deadline. And this could be a big one for the Vikings.
Man, so back to Kalshi, I was just going to see what the Saints were doing because the Saints are 0-4. They're even projected over the Giants.
The Giants are coming off a big win against the Chargers.
Jackson Dart getting no respect. Head over to Kalshi, use that promo code Onebar. Let us know. What do you think about these potential targets? Do you want the Vikings to do it, or do you just want to say, screw it, let's try Walter Rouse, try anything? Let us know in the comments.
And maybe you got some other options that you're high on. Let us know those as well. And remember this, you're stronger than 99.9% of the people if you can bench press 225 pounds.